You're such a nerd, Double Dragon 912. Yep, and I'm proud to be a nerd. Video games are awesome! Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm Double Dragon 912, also known as DJ Unity, a listener to the rendition of a top 10, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys and girls doing? We doing today. I'm hype, y'all. We doing my top 10 favorite Namco games / Bandai Namco games of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. If you have not already, ladies and gentlemen, click the link in the description. Go check out my last video I did before this one called my top 10 favorite video game companies / video game developers of all time. And so I decided to do my top 10 favorite Namco games of all time. As you know, everybody knows about Namco. If you don't, you must be living on a rock. They did some Tekken games. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to spoil the top 10. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy this top 10 I'm going to come at you with. Let's get into this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be Soul Calibur 4. Wow. Now, Soul Calibur 4, ladies and gentlemen, is one of my favorite Namco games of all time because it came out on PS3, and at the time, it came out on 360 too. At the time, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I'll go ahead and tell that to you right now. Not the hugest Star Wars fan, but what was so tight about it was the PS3 version got Darth Vader, and the Xbox 360 version got Yoda. And that was pretty tight, you know. People were like, oh man, we got Star Wars characters in here. And I think you also got to play with Darth Vader's apprentice. He was on both of the games, but at the time it was exclusive to the console. But eventually they got it where you can download Yoda for the PS3 version, and eventually you could download the Darth Vader for the 360 version. But Soul Calibur 4 was real tight, ladies and gentlemen, just like the old school Soul Caliburs. You go through the game, pretty good storyline, unlock modes, unlock different things, unlock different characters, and just good old Soul Calibur at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Soul Calibur to me is one of the greatest series Namco ever produced. Man, but Soul Calibur 4, man, I always hold a special place in my heart because I remember when I got it on PS3, we got Darth Vader, and they had 360, and it was like a little kind of console war back then, but hey, it's just a good game, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all get a chance, try to pick Soul Calibur 4 up. I think you'll like it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be Soul Calibur 4.
Ready?
Yep, power moves.
Too easy. Battle 2. Fight. Get there.
Hey, kill it. Don't you start like you gon' kill like good.
Too easy.
Ready?
KO.
Kick a hug, boy. Hey!
Ready?
Only the victor will proceed onward. You win.
Pitiful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're winding this thing down. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 9 has to be Tekken 2. Wow. Now, Tekken 2, ladies and gentlemen, what more can be said about Tekken 2? I have my fondest memories of Tekken 2. Kind of a good memory and a bad memory at the same time. But still, overall, it's a good memory. Back in the day, he said that, but back in the day, our dad used to rent systems for us. You know, back in the day, you could rent systems and games and everything. So he used to go to Blockbuster and rent the PlayStation system. And we got PlayStation. One of the first games he rented for us, besides KOF 95, was Tekken 2. We used to stay up, me and my brothers used to stay up all night playing Tekken 2. You know, never will forget playing with Law, Nina, so hot, King, he actually garbage up, but all them, ladies and gentlemen, all this was in Tekken 2, and I never forget with that tight intro, one of the tightest fighting game intros of all time. Oh, that intro, ladies and gentlemen, got you hype. I'm getting hyped just thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen. Tekken 2, man, just one of the greatest fighting games of all time. Tekken 2, if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, was made by the Bandai Namco, and Namco was trying to figure out a way to compete against Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter with Sega, you know, they did their thing with Virtua Fighter, and they had their own little arcade board, which was based off of Sega's hardware. So Sony, Bandai Namco, wanted to compete against Virtua Fighter. So thanks to Virtua Fighter, we end up getting Tekken. Hold my whole boy hard 8 times on this one. Competition is good. Competition is good. Because of the competition, they needed to, you know, make their own little fighting game. And so they said, hey, let's partner up with Sony. And they did it based off the Namco hardware. And pretty much Namco arcade hardware was based off the PlayStation architect, the PlayStation, you know, system. And so they pretty much came into a partnership and agreement, and thus Tekken was born. Just want to give you a brief history on that, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm telling you, when we got competition, us the consumer, we benefit. Now, I'm not finna sit up here and bash Virtua Fighter, because I respect it for what it is. I'm not a big Virtua Fighter fan, but I respect it for what it done for the industry. Because of them, we got Tekken. And Tekken 2, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the greatest fighting games out there. Man, go pick this game up, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's, shoot, they rebought it back out on the PlayStation 4. I think you can download it. Because I downloaded it on PlayStation 3, and because I downloaded on PlayStation 3, I was able to re-download it on PS4. Pick this game up, ladies and gentlemen. Download it. Pick up a physical copy. Just play it. You need to, before you leave this earth, you need to play Tekken 2. That's how great a game it is. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 has to be Tekken 2. Version of Jackie Chan. That was Jackie Chan versus Bruce Lee right there. Martial law, Bruce Lee, Lei Wulong, Jackie Chan. Oh, Miss Michelle.
Final round. Fight.
I can honestly say that Tekken 2 so far is a lot easier than Tekken 1. Oh man, she suplex me. I don't know why y'all let her suplex me like that. KO.
You win.
Supposed to be skipping replays. Sorry, y'all. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 8 has to be Soul Calibur. The original Soul Calibur. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will give Dreamcast credit. That was a system before its time. When Soul Calibur came out, ladies and gentlemen, it was pretty much arcade perfect. When you looked at the Dreamcast version of Soul Calibur, it probably was better than the arcade version. If not better, on par with it, because the Dreamcast version gave you options, you know, gave you extra unlockable characters. You know, you could play with the boss character on there, and it just was one of the greatest fighting games at its time. You know, you had Ivy, what? My favorite, the sexiest female character on there, Sophie. I was always in love with Sophie. She was hot and she could fight. I'm sorry, yeah. But Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast, ladies and gentlemen, at the time was a Dreamcast exclusive. You know, PlayStation had got the Soul Edge, which was they called Soul Blade when it came out on PlayStation 1. Pretty much like I told you about, the same architecture and everything. And it was a great game. It was a PlayStation, it was a Sony exclusive. And then Namco flipped around and made it a Dreamcast exclusive. I was like, wow. At the time, I'm like, man, they made that Dreamcast exclusive. I'm surprised on that. But he made that Dreamcast exclusive, man. It was pretty tight. Then we got But I ain't gonna talk about the rest of them right now. But Soul Calibur, ladies and gentlemen, great game. Like I said, Ivy, Maxie, he was my boy. He was always my favorite. Maxie, they Mr. Rugi. Ooh, Mr. Rugi players gave me headaches back in the day. Still do now. Don't get me wrong, I like playing with Mr. Rugi, but Mr. Rugi, a good Mr. Rugi player, boy, will put you down for the count. Down for the count. Yeah. No use! Mr. Rugi, boy, he ain't no joke. My favorite was Maxie, and I like to play with Sophie, for obvious reasons, because she's hot. And Ivy, you know. I never learned how to play with Ivy, of course, but, you know, y'all know Ivy's sexy and more, too. But, who else we had on there? Ivy, Voldo, everybody from Soul Edge Return, except a few of them, like, you ain't got, Blue, I think, like, I forgot to do from the first one that had a nunchuck. He didn't come back on the Soul Calibur. They replaced him with Maxie. I ain't got no problem with it. Maxie a good character. I like him. Pretty much Elvis Presley with nunchucks. But ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't played Soul Calibur, I recommend you pick it up. I'm trying to see. Did it ever? I think it came back out on Xbox Live. I think you can play it on Xbox Live. The original Soul Calibur. Namco, y'all need to do a Soul Calibur collection. That's what you need to do. And sell it on, you know, modern day consoles. But I digress. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 is Soul Calibur, the original.
Victory strengthens the soul of Maxie. You win! 楽しかったぜ。Battle 2, fight! This victory strengthened the soul of Maxie. You win! まだまだだ。
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we wind this thing down. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7 has to be the Xeno Saga series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at the gameplay, I used to have more gameplay than this because I originally beat Xeno Saga 1, Xeno Saga 2, and Xeno Saga 3. I originally beat them on my first PlayStation 3 that I had. And my first PlayStation 3 went out on me. I caught the yellow light of death and all my save data. That's one thing that's different about, you know, these modern day consoles. When your hard drive and system go out, unless you done backed it up on the cloud save, you can't keep your data. So that's what happened. That's why you don't see, you might just see the beginning of Xeno Saga. That's why you don't see all the save data that I had, because I lost all of it, because it literally went out on my PS3 yellow light of death. When they call it yellow light of death, I had so much PS2 saved out on that thing, and I missed it. But yeah, I beat all 3 of them, and just want to let you guys know that. But great storyline, ladies and gentlemen. The reason I picked Xeno Saga up because I thought it was a prequel to Xenogears. That's what I was told, but it may not been no prequel. I think, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, I think it's like either a spiritual prequel, spiritual successor, something like that. I don't know, but overall the gameplay is great. Y'all know I love me some turn-based RPGs, and I love the story, and I do still got the games. I just you know, when you put all that time into a series, it's kind of hard to go back to it, ladies and gentlemen, because you lost all your save data. I wish I could go back and just play it again, but I lost all my save data. I eventually will, ladies and gentlemen, because I do like the series that much. I will probably sit down and go through that series again because I enjoyed playing it. It was some good, clean fun on the PS3. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I wish they would do. I wish Namco would make a Xeno Saga collection. Bring it out on PS5, 4, whatever, Switch, you know, all the consoles, PC. Just bring it out, ladies and gentlemen. You know, just touch up the graphics. Don't remake it, because when they remake stuff, they tear stuff up nowadays. I'm scared for them to remake stuff. Don't remake it. Just do an HD remaster of it. Just touch up the graphics a little bit. You ain't even got to touch up the graphics. Just bring it back out for all us to buy it, you know. so we can play it on our modern day consoles. That's all. That's all I ask. I would love to see that. A Xeno Saga collection. That would be nice. Just like they did, Konami did the Zone of Enders collection, HD collection on PS3 and 360. They need to do the same thing with Xeno Saga. I would love that, ladies and gentlemen. Great characters. What's the name? Cosmos. Cosmos. I like to play with Cosmos. She was Xion. I need to be clean. I think, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, you can unlock Cosmos on Soul Calibur 3. She was like an exclusive unlockable character on Soul Calibur 3, which is, Soul Calibur 3 is literally a PS2 exclusive. I don't think it came out on no other console. But correct me if I'm wrong down there in the comment section. But, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7 has to be the Xeno Saga series. Moving right along. Moving right along.
Cosmos, let's go. The enemies have been exterminated.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping this thing rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 6 is Tekken Tag Tournament, the original one. Wow, I remember when this game first came out on the PS2, and I was looking at it compared to the arcade. I was like, wow, this thing is spot on. It pretty much showcasing what the PlayStation 2 could do. And I was like, wow, they made this thing spot on as the arcade version. And man, they brought back all your favorite characters in here. Because at the time, Kazuya was dead. They had killed him off before this game came out. They replaced him pretty much with Jin. But they brought back Kazuya in here. June, she was back on here. Bruce, Anna, all your favorite Tekken characters was in this game. And why not? They made it tag teams. Now I got to give shout out to Capcom. But Capcom kind of took that tag team thing and took it to another level. Just straight up tag team, that was Capcom. They did their thing with the X-Men vs. Street Fighter and all those games. Tag teams was hot back then in the 90s. So what Namco did, they made like, all right, y'all doing tag team, let's make our own tag team game. And it was amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Tekken Tag Tournament is an awesome game. So many characters on this game. And you ain't got to unlock, they ain't behind no DLC wall either. You ain't got to pay for them. Shoot, they made Tekken Tag Tournament 3 right now, ladies and gentlemen. All them characters on Tekken Tag Tournament. Shoot, we would have to pay for it. Ended up, instead of being a $50 or $60 game, that game ended up being $200. I ain't gonna lie to you. With all that DLC crap they do nowadays. Well, shoot. But Tekken Tag Tournament, ladies and gentlemen, awesome game. Showed you what the PS2 was made of. And I think it's still PlayStation exclusive, though. I could be wrong. But you can get the HD version of this if you buy a game called Tekken Hybrid. It comes with the Tekken Tag Tournament HD version on there. And it looks even better than the PS2 version. They upgraded the graphics in it. Just an awesome looking game, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not played this game, I implore you, please just check it out. If you're a Tekken fan, get this in your library. Check out Tekken Tag Tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 on my list has to be Tekken Tag Tournament.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh man, don't give up. You can try again. You'll get it next time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5 has to be Ridge Racer. Ladies and gentlemen, I remember playing Ridge Racer in the arcade, ladies and gentlemen. What made Ridge Racer was so tight. Don't get me wrong, it's a tight looking racing game. I'm not going to take nothing away from the graphics. But what made it so tight in the arcade, come on, don't give up. You can try again. You can get it next time. The announcer, man, he gets you crunk for playing Ridge Racer, ladies and gentlemen. And Ridge Racer, ladies and gentlemen, when it first came out on the PlayStation 1, it pretty much was like arcade perfect because Ridge Racer was based off the PlayStation architecture. Like I said, Namco had their own arcade board, and it pretty much was spot on with PlayStation. PlayStation was a miniature Namco arcade, so when they ported it to PlayStation, they had no problem because it was still on the Namco hardware. So that's why it looks so spot on, ladies and gentlemen. And that Ridge Racer, basic racing game. Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing really special to it, especially the first one. It's just one track. I think 1 or 2 tracks on there. But it's just a fun racing game, ladies and gentlemen. The announcer made you crunk, made you want to keep playing it. And the Ridge Racer series, you know, they ended up making more and more Ridge Racer. I think the last Ridge Racer they made was Ridge Racer 6. I kind of fell off after the first Ridge Racer. I think I might have played Ridge Racer R4. I might have played that one with the tight music. Yeah. But I fell off after the first Ridge Racer. But I got to give Ridge Racer credit for what it done for the industry. Ridge Racer was an awesome racing game, ladies and gentlemen. That announcer, just him alone, made me want to pop in Ridge Racer right now and then play it over and over again. Come on. You don't give up, buddy. You can try again. You'll get it next time. I like his announcement, man. It gets you crunk and want to play the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 5 on my top 10 favorite Namco/Bandai Namco games of all time has to be Ridge Racer. Get out of the way. Man, you don't get... Good. This is terrible. Swag, I'm certain. I'm watching me serve with swag. I'm over hypnotic like an old phone. Not too old. Came out like oh, that's hard. Yeah, that's kind of hard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping this thing rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 has to be the Dead to Rights series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was a tight game. I got to give it credit. Back then, they had a lot of third-person run and gun, like, shooters that was out there. You know, Max Payne was real popular, and I can't remember any other, the rest of them that really just flooding the market. But Namco decided to make their own little running gun shooter, and it's called Dead to Rights, man. And Dead to Rights, I beat the first one, beat the second one, but never did beat the one that came out on PS3. Shout out to my homie Quentin. He hooked me up with Dead to Rights, the one that came out on PS3. I can't remember the name of it. And I love the first two. First two had a great story to it. I remember playing through them, and like you just one lone dude trying to. I forgot the dude's name because it's been a while since I played it, but I do like the series. Trying to survive, and they throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you, and you end up meeting some different people along the way. But I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys and girls. Please check out Dead to Rights, ladies and gentlemen. Came out on PS2, Xbox, OG Xbox, and I think it might have came out on GameCube. I can't, correct me if I'm wrong, down in the comment section. Now that's a series that needed a reboot. That series needed no, they don't need a reboot because I don't trust these developers rebooting games because they tear stuff up so bad. I wish they just do an HD remaster of Dead to Rights, put it on modern day consoles so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Because Dead to Rights is a great series, ladies and gentlemen. I love me some Dead to Rights. Used to play it all day back in the day. I can't think I kind of lost my save that. I might have to start back playing again just for this video for you guys and girls, because a lot of that I lost on my PS3 when I had it, and I lost, over time with old memory cards because it came out so long ago. You know, back in the day, I know I ain't the only one, but y'all can comment down in the comment section. When you're trying to make space on a memory card, sometimes certain games you end up deleting the data because you're trying to play something else. That's how I was back in the day. I said, man, I really don't want to delete this data. But then I was like, man, another game came out. Instead of, you couldn't really afford another memory card back then. So you're like, man, just delete this data. Oh well. You delete. Sometimes you got some game data got to be sacrificed so you can play something else good. That's how it be sometimes. I know I ain't the only one out there. Comment down in the comment section. PS2 doing the memory cards. I got to give OG Xbox credit. They had an actual hard drive for their Xbox. I ain't have an Xbox, but you have to worry about memory cards back then. But Sony was making buku money on the memory cards, ladies and gentlemen. Can't remember how many memory cards I ended up buying. But I digress. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 has to be Dead to Rights. Oh, okay. I get it.
This doesn't look like a union meeting. Take up your grievance to City Hall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, down to the last 3. Let me stop being silly. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be Time Crisis. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Time Crisis, I used to play this game a whole lot in the arcade. I love the Time Crisis series. Time Crisis 1, Time Crisis 2, Time Crisis 3, Crisis Zone, Time Crisis 4. I actually have Time Crisis 4 over there somewhere. Awesome shoot 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. My fondest memories of Time Crisis, I always played them in the arcades, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the day, in the arcade, we used to have what they call $5 play all day. Play $5 and you play games all day. That's why I beat a lot of my shoot 'em ups, rail gun shoot, whatever they call them, in the arcade. That's why I beat Time Crisis 1, 2. Can't remember if I beat Time Crisis 3. I played Time Crisis 3. Shout out to my homie John. He hooked me up with that. It came out on PS1. A lot of these came out on PS1, but I didn't really play them on PS1 back in the day. I mainly played them in the arcade. That's why I got all my fondest memories in the arcade. But like I was telling you guys earlier, it was very easy for Namco to port these to PlayStation 1 because it was the same hardware and same architecture. I think to this day the Time Crisis series, majority of them, I can't say all of them, majority of the Time Crisis series is exclusive to PlayStation consoles because just a tight shoot 'em up game, ladies and gentlemen. Time Crisis, I think, was one of the first games that put you on the time limit. If you didn't shoot up all the enemies in time, you would lose a life. To reload, and then the way you can on that game, you stepped on the pedal. That was what made it so tight in the arcade. When you stepped on the pedal, you could go out there and start shooting. But when you stepped off the pedal, you can duck behind the corner. But if you stayed ducked behind the corner too long, you know, time will run out on you and you lose your life. That's why, hence, the name of the game is Time Crisis. Shouts out to Maximilian. I think this is one of his favorite shoot 'em ups. Besides our Virtual Cop, he loved Virtual Cop, but I know he also loved Time Crisis series. Shouts out to him. But man, Time Crisis, ladies and gentlemen, there ain't much room for them now because a lot of people don't play these railgun shooters like that no more. But in the arcade, ladies and gentlemen, Time Crisis was one of my favorite, that style game, ladies and gentlemen. It was in a league of its own, ladies and gentlemen, because they were the first one to implement that time. You know, you're on a time limit and you had to, you know, shoot up all the enemies. So you couldn't just duck behind the corner the whole time. You was on the time limit. And every time you shot up the enemies and went to the next stage, you know, and you know, the game kept going. But if you didn't do it in time, you would lose a life. And you know, I think Namco kind of implement that because, you know, it was so easy to lose a life on that game. You know, that's more quarters into the arcade. Look at it that way in a business standpoint. But overall, Time Crisis is a fun game, ladies and gentlemen. If you can find them, ladies and gentlemen, pick them up, or you find your old arcade somewhere around where you stay at, check out Time Crisis, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fun shooter. Love me some Time Crisis. My fondest memories, like I said, was in the arcade. Good storyline too in it. For real, a good storyline too in all the Time Crisis series. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 3 has to be Time Crisis.
There's been an information leak regarding your involvement. There are the terrorists involved in this incident. Shotgun. Grenade. Return fire. Reload. Machine gun. Shotgun. Grenade. Handgun. Machine gun. Grenade. Reload. Handgun. Machine gun. Machine gun. Handgun. Machine gun. Shotgun. Handgun. Reload. Concentrate fire. Reload. Machine gun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, down to the top 2. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 2 has to be Soul Calibur 2. Wow. Now, why I say Soul Calibur 2, ladies and gentlemen, was for the awesome gameplay. Soul Calibur 2, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the most amazing games they made. And I gotta give Namco credit how they used to do exclusives. I get it right in a second, y'all. Exclusive characters for each system. Now, I was kind of upset. The PlayStation version, we got the worst character out there. We got Heihachi. Make it hot. I can't stand Heihachi, y'all. We got him. Xbox, OG Xbox got what's his name? Spawn, which is tight. He's tight character. And I gotta give Nintendo credit. They got Link. Now, to me, out of the 3 characters, probably the tightest characters that they got was the Nintendo version and the Xbox version. In the Xbox version. Both of those characters was hot. Now, we got garbage Heihachi. At the time, I was so mad. I'm like, wow, why couldn't we get, Cloud? Or why couldn't we get Dante? Because, at the time, Devil May Cry was exclusive to the PlayStation before it went multi-platform. I said, why couldn't we get Dante? Why couldn't we get Cloud? Why couldn't we get anybody but Heihachi? And I was pissed that we got Heihachi. I like, he ain't even got no weapons. We got the worst guest character ever, in my opinion. Well, yeah, man. That was the first time, they really implemented guest characters. And like I said, PlayStation 2 got Heihachi. OG Xbox got Spawn, and Nintendo GameCube got Link. And I feel like we got the short end of the straw on that. But besides that, ladies and gentlemen, the music on Soul Calibur 2 is amazing. And one of the tightest things about Soul Calibur 2 was the quest mode. It's pretty much like a miniature RPG in a fighting game, in my opinion. And where pretty much you had to go through like a quest and it had a storyline to it. And that's how you unlocked all the characters. This is what's so tight about these old fighting games I'd like to talk about later. You had to earn the fighters. Nowadays, you can go buy, they put all these characters behind a DLC paywall. And that's what sucks about the fighting game industry now. All these characters you have to end up paying for. So, a $50 and $60 game, after you end up paying for all the DLC, ladies and gentlemen, it end up being like $100, $200 game. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what I did with Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I love Dragon Ball that much, ladies and gentlemen. I bought the base game. Eventually, I paid for all the DLC. I waited till it did a discount. But after paying for all the DLC, that brought the game up to, wow, tremendous amount. Most of the time, y'all, I do not pay for DLC. I'm a stickler for that. I stick to my guns on that. I try not to pay for fighting game DLC, but I had to make an exception for Dragon Ball Fighter Z because I love Dragon Ball. I know I can be hypocritical. I'm human. I'm only human. Yeah, y'all know the song. But yeah, I had to go ahead and pay for that DLC. Don't you realize, though, ladies and gentlemen, Soul Calibur 2, if that had came out in modern time, all those characters they give you on that game, you would end up paying, instead of $50, you pay $50 for the base game, you eventually would have ended up paying like $200 for all that DLC. But they would have DLC the crap out of all those characters. Thank God they didn't know how to do all that back then. Times were good back then. Now, Soul Calibur 2, ladies and gentlemen, is a great game. Where can you get Soul Calibur 2 besides on the old school consoles? I think you can get it on PS3 and 360. I think you can. I think they rebought it back out on PS3 and 360. But I don't think you can get the guest characters. Like, you can't get Link, but you can get Spawn on PS3 and 360. I think you might can get Heihachi. I can't remember if you can or not. So if we're on down in the comment section. But Soul Calibur 2, ladies and gentlemen, is an amazing game. I would love for Namco, Bandai Namco, to make a HD remaster of all the Soul Caliburs. It would be amazing. It'd be a good cash grab for y'all too, ladies and gentlemen. Bandai Namco, you listening to me? Do an HD remaster of all the Soul Caliburs. Bring them out on modern consoles. I buy it. But coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 2 has to be Soul Calibur 2.
Alto.
Repent!
The power of darkness turns the gears of madness once again.
Ready or not, here I come!
Final battle. Fight!
How's that?
Knockout. You win.
May the gods be praised!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we down to my number one favorite Namco game of all time is Tekken 3. Wow. Now, Tekken 3, ladies and gentlemen, was an amazing game, ladies and gentlemen. It first came out in the arcades, and once again, like I've been stressing in this video, Namco arcade systems were based off the PlayStation architecture. So when they ported it to PlayStation 1, it was pretty much seamlessly ported to PlayStation 1. One of the best looking fighting games of all time. This is another instance where the console port was better than the arcade port. Because on the console port of Tekken 3, you had all those unlockable characters like in the arcade, but they gave you 2 exclusive unlockable characters. You had Gom, little dinosaur, little weird looking dinosaur, and Dr. Brskonovich. You can unlock them. You had to go through hell to get them too. You had to go through the Tekken Force mode, which is pretty tight, pretty much they version of a beat 'em up. They brought that Tekken Force mode back out on Tekken 6. And what else they had? Like they had a different mode called the Tekken Beach Ball, where you pretty much play volleyball with the fight game characters. That's how you unlock guns. And just overall a great game, ladies and gentlemen. King had the first time I seen King with them awesome chain throws. He had them on Tekken 2 and 1, but it wasn't like that. Shout out to the homie Quinn. He put us on there. He taught us kind of how to do those. I ain't done them in so long. Jin Kazama in the fray. Who else you had on here? Jin Kazama. Who else? Hihachi, unfortunately. I think was that the first time Oscar went on that one. I think she didn't come to Tekken 4. Correct me if I'm wrong down there in the comment section, but yeah, Ogre, all kind of tight characters on this game, ladies and gentlemen. Tekken 3, you know, Forrest Law instead of Martial Law's son. And then he had the famous cheapest kid one. Ain't no such thing as cheap in fighting games. But Eddie was, if there was a cheap character, they had to be Eddie. All you had to do, I never will forget, ladies and gentlemen. I was in the arcade and I was playing Tekken 3. There was a little kid that was on the arcade game with me. I'm thinking I'm finna whoop this kid's tail. This kid went around there and picked Eddie, tapped 2 buttons. I saw him. He just over there tapping buttons, and he beat my tail. I learned a hard and valuable lesson that day, ladies and gentlemen. Never, I repeat, never underestimate your opponent, especially Eddie's opponent. Eddie will whoop your tail if he's by just pressing 2 buttons. And like I said, my philosophy, that ain't my philosophy, I've been taught that. There ain't no such thing as cheap in fighting games, but man, Eddie made you want to throw a controller, throw a joystick, throw whatever, because literally all he had to do is press 2 buttons and he will beat you down. That's the truth. All you Eddie players, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's neither here nor there, though, ladies and gentlemen. But Tekken 3, to this day, ladies and gentlemen, you can always go back and play Tekken 3. Tekken 3 is an amazing fighting game. I implore you, if you can find Tekken 3 somewhere, play it. You probably got to pick it up on PlayStation 1, because I don't think Bandai Namco ever rebought that out. Now, they need to do an HD remaster of the Tekken series. That will sell. But Tekken 3, ladies and gentlemen, still, to this day, looks amazing. Great game to play. If you have not played Tekken 3, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend you play it. Pick you up a PlayStation 1 or PS3, because all PS3s are backwards compatible. and go play Tekken 3, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing fighting game. Amazing fighting game. What else can be said that has not already been said about Tekken 3 besides it's amazing? So, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for my top 10 favorite Namco games of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, of your top 10 favorite Bandai Namco games of all time. Not, I say Namco, but you do Bandai Namco. Leave it down in the comment section. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great video games on the way. Top 10 list is that, exactly. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.
You win.
Org. Yep. I think she killed
Final round. Fight.
This creature, Hihachi,
You win. Final round. Fight.
Nice.